Over the weekends, the New York Times published an extensive report detailing a gigantic settlement that Bill O'Reilly paid to a Fox legal analyst by the name of Liz Wheel to the tune of $32 million. Now, there has been a lot of commentary in regard to that piece, and some of that commentary actually comes from Megyn Kelly, who of course used to host a show on Fox News Channel. Now, when O'Reilly got word of that article by the New York Times, he claimed that no woman at Fox News ever complained about him to the Human Resources Department during his tenure at the network. Well, Megyn Kelly disagrees with that statement and addressed it on her show on NBC. Let's take a look at the first clip.
O'Reilly's suggestion that no one ever complained about his behavior is false. I know because I complained. It was November of 2016, the day my memoir was released. In it, I included a chapter on Ailes and the sexual harassment scandal at Fox News, something the Murdochs knew I was doing and, to their credit, approved. O'Reilly happened to be on CBS News that morning. They asked him about my book and about Ailes, who by this time had been forced out in disgrace. O'Reilly's response?
I'm not that interested in this.
No?
No, I mean, it's
sexual harassment? You're not interested in sexual harassment?
I'm not interested in basically litigating something that is finished that makes my network look bad, okay? I'm not interested in making my network look bad at all. That doesn't interest me one bit.
So she actually went to Human Resources at Fox News and complained after he made that appearance on CBS. And so she addresses the email that she sent to the executives, to Human Resources in regard to that appearance that he made. And we'll get to that in just a second, but did you want to jump in, Cenk?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, look, first of all, this whole idea that nobody went to Human Resources is absurd anyway. He's paid, just on the stuff we know about, $45 million in settlements to 6 different women. Him and Fox News paid to those people. So you don't have to go to Human Resources if you got a $32 million settlement.
Yeah.
It's the worst excuse I've ever heard. And now Megyn Kelly is not saying that Bill O'Reilly sexually harassed her. She's saying, I went to Human Resources to complain about Bill O'Reilly, saying that it's all right to intimidate women who work here, who are complaining about sexual harassment, because she was one of the people that did get harassed, not by O'Reilly, but by others.
Yes, exactly. So she was upset at the fact that he kept pushing the notion that anyone who would go out and smear Fox News Channel was a bad person and that they shouldn't be listened to. And so she complained about that. So here is Megyn Kelly detailing the email that she sent to Human Resources at Fox News Channel complaining about Bill O'Reilly. Take a look.
I wrote an email to the co-presidents of Fox News, Bill Shine and Jack Abernathy. An email I have never made public, but am sharing now because I think it speaks volumes about powerful men and the roadblocks one can face in taking them on. I wrote in part, perhaps he didn't realize the kind of message his criticism sends to young women across this country about how men continue to view the issue of speaking out about sexual harassment. Perhaps he didn't realize that his exact attitude of shaming women into shutting the hell up about harassment on grounds that it will disgrace the company is in part how Fox News got into the decade-long Ailes mess to begin with. Perhaps it's his own history of harassment of women, which has, as you both know, resulted in payouts to more than one woman, including recently, that blinded him to the folly of saying anything other than, I am just so sorry for the women of this company who never should have had to go through that. Bill Shine called me in response to my email promising to deal with O'Reilly. By 8 p.m. that night, O'Reilly had apparently been dealt with. And by that I mean he was permitted, with management's advance notice and blessing, to go on the air and attack the company's harassment victims yet again.
Yeah, look, the idea that Fox News wasn't aware of what was going on, and golly gee, they got caught off guard, is preposterous. Roger Ailes had decades of sexual harassment claims against him, and Fox News had already settled all those lawsuits against Roger Ailes. Then they had Bill O'Reilly, not only 5 settlements in his case, but one very, very public with Andrea Macris that cost him $9 million. And then, as all of this is unfolding and now completely public to everyone, they go, oh yeah, Megyn, good point about the sexual harassment. To hang up on her, yeah, right. Like you think we're gonna take your side. No, we're on the other side. They've been protecting, there's a culture of sexual harassment because Roger Ailes ran it from the very beginning. He was the biggest sexual harasser and he literally gave permission to other men at the company. They didn't all do it, okay? But some of them, like O'Reilly, did do it.
Right.
So the new people that are running it, meet the new boss just like the old boss. They go, yeah, O'Reilly, go get him. Attack the women who were harassed. And he did that night. Megyn Kelly showed a clip from that night and O'Reilly had gone after them.
Right, exactly. And that is, a tactic to be expected from people like Bill O'Reilly. Go ahead and smear the accusers, try to discredit them in any way possible. And look, none of this should be surprising, right? I think that there was certain visible behavior at Fox News that had become so normalized that we didn't really, it should have raised more red flags. So for instance, can you imagine working at a place where your male bosses tell you, you're a woman, your male bosses tell you, you have to wear a skirt on camera. You have to wear a short skirt. We would see that all the time. And remember, we suspected that there was some sort of dress code forcing the women to dress that way. But then there was that Fox mole several years ago who came out and said, no, that's not just a rumor. That's fact. Women are forced to dress a certain way when they're on camera at Fox News.
Now later, other women, by the way, did confirm that work at Fox News and say we were not allowed to wear pants. They basically were forced to have men ogle at their legs.
That's right. Think about, and it became normalized. That's the part of it, and it was so normalized that I just bought into it. I thought it wasn't that big of a deal, but it is a big deal. I can't imagine anyone here telling me what I can and can't wear, right? If you came to me and told me you can only wear a short skirt and we're gonna do these wide shots where you see your whole body, I'd be like, yeah, bye, right? That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable in any other context, but with Fox News, everyone just kind of gave it a pass, like it's totally fine.
So we're making that point in showing you how brazen and obvious it was all along.
Right.
In reality, of course, some of the allegations against Bill O'Reilly involve non-consensual sex acts.
That's right.
So if you say, oh, well, the skirts, I don't know that that's a big deal. I'm pretty sure a non-consensual sex act is a big deal.
Right, and Liz Wheel, who was the legal analyst that was written about in the New York Times piece, said that there was a non-consensual sexual relationship involved. And by the way, $32 million is a lot of money to settle something out of court. I'm just saying.
It's not what you pay if you told her to wear something different than she wanted to wear, okay? That would be a problem. It wouldn't be a $32 million problem. $32 million problem is a massive, massive problem. If you like this video, you probably like independent media. The best way to support independent media, become a member of the Young Turks. TYTnetwork.com/join.